I'm delighted to be joined now by Galway footballer Robert Finnerty following the announcement of Optimum Nutrition as the new official performance nutrition partner of the Gaelic Players Association. To mark the launch of the new 3-year partnership, Optimum Nutrition is giving GA clubs across Ireland the opportunity to win a top prize of a state-of-the-art gym along with a year's supply of Optimum Nutrition products worth 25 grand. The runner-up in the competition will win a year's supply of Optimum Nutrition product for their club worth 5 grand to further their training and performance goals. Visit optimumnutrition.com. Robert, how are things with you? Keeping well?
Hey, Shane, I'm all good. How are you?
Not too bad. Just actually to club stuff first in Salthill, Knocknacarra. John O'Mahony was over your club there the past. It was last year his first season.
Yeah, last year was his first season. Yeah, he was. Yeah,
what's that been like?
Oh, it was great. Yeah, to be fair, to have a man his experience in with us, and then he also had Sean Armstrong and Finn and Hanley, who would have played with us for Salthill and played with Galway for years with them. So look, there was a great blend of youth and experience, I'd say you could say. So look, it was really good. It was a successful year. We were obviously disappointed in the end not to win it. Came close enough, but fortunately didn't get over the line. But it's the same management team again this year. So look, we'll be looking to go once. It's a long way away, but we'll be looking to go one step further.
And do you find it difficult to jump from club to county? Like you had such a long year last year with Galway to then readjust after the disappointment with the All-Ireland. Did you find it tough or was it like a tonic?
No, I don't think so, like, to be honest, because we had a poor year the year before at Salthill. Like, we just didn't really get things right. Like, we lost out in the group stages. So I think they're probably, like, I was really raring to get going with the club again and to try and prove a point with Salthill. And I think a lot of the lads were the same. So there was a few other lads in Galway with me as well, Carl Sweeney and Tomo, part of the panel last year as well. So look, we were kind of buzzing to get back into the club season, to get back playing football. So I don't think it dragged on too much.
Okay. And can you talk to me about last year's run to the final and yourself, how you review last year for yourself?
Yeah, look, like I suppose, look, it was probably unfamiliar territory for us. A lot of us, we wouldn't have played in All-Ireland quarterfinals, All-Ireland semi-finals, All-Ireland finals. So look, it was a great experience, and look, I was delighted myself to pick up a bit of form and to be in the team and to be part of the whole journey, really. So just hoping to carry it on now through to this year.
What's it like being involved in a senior All-Ireland club inter-county final?
It's unbelievable, really. Like you see it yourself, the crowd and the atmosphere and the build-up and everything is unreal. So look, it's where you want to be. It's why you play football. And I know like lots of lads never get the opportunity to experience it. So it is massive. But look, again, we're just trying to come back this year and go one step further. That's what it's all about.
That penalty shootout you had with Armagh last year, I mean, the penalties you took, you'd swear that you were practicing day in, day out. Unbelievable. But talk to me about that penalty shootout.
Yeah, look, to be fair, I think we actually were practicing day in, day out because there's a lot of competition between us. So we'd be all kind of fancying ourselves to take the penalties. We'd be the same, like Maddie, Tierney, Shane, myself, Damien, anyway, and the four of us. And we didn't really know who the fifth was going to be more than anything. And then Kieran Malloy fancied himself. So look, I'll say this: I'm happy enough to go down to the fifth penalty anyway. That's all I'll say.
Am I right in thinking? Did you put the goalie the wrong way with your penalty?
I didn't. Rafferty went the right way. He got a tiny bit of a hand, but I went high, so he went to go down to. He dived down to his right, but I put it kind of more top left than bottom left. So.
Talk to me about the feeling of walking up with the ball, placing it down, the noise around you. What was that like?
Oh, like, to be honest, I was loving it, like, because they were rising, the crowd and everything. You could see Rafferty was throwing their hands up, whatever, getting the crowd behind them, and they were getting louder and louder. So look, it was enjoyable. Like, obviously, like, I would have taken penalties all my life at my club and stuff like that. So I was confident enough going up to it that I was going to slot it anyway. But yeah, it was a great feeling.
Yeah, that was some atmosphere that day, wasn't it?
It was unbelievable. Like the support Armagh brought alone was just crazy. Like I remember driving to Croke Park on the bus and Armagh fans everywhere, obviously, waving at us or whatever we'll say when we're driving by them. So look, it was great. It was a serious atmosphere, and look, it was an unbelievable game. I think we all know that. Thankfully, we got through it.
So between that game last year, then going on to play the semi-final against Derry, which you obviously won, and then I know you lost, but a great performance in the final against Kerry, and now you're back at Croke Park again. I think like for a Galway team that had gone so long without winning at Croke Park, there's the guts of 20 years after, 17 years maybe after winning the All-Ireland in 01. You're getting used to it. This specific year's current team now is getting used to being at Croke Park, which is no bad thing.
Of course, yeah. Like I suppose you could say we haven't been there as much as we would have liked over the last probably 5 or 6 years. But look, between last year and this year alone, we've gotten some amount of run-outs in Croke Park, which is always going to help, especially with experience and stuff coming back this year now to, if you're looking at getting to an All-Ireland quarter and semi and final again, it's only going to bring you on. And look, it's going to be a massive challenge again this weekend at Croke Park. But look, delighted to get a run out there.
Now, you have a very sweet left foot. What's your right foot like? If you had to step up and take a penalty with that, what would it be like?
It's a lot sweeter than people like to say anyway. I'll put it like that. The lads that slag me or whatever say that I don't have a right foot, but it's definitely there. I'll have to bring it out a bit more often now to convince you.
Yeah, I feel we just haven't seen enough of it. But are you looking forward to this weekend against Mayo? Like it's great to have national silverware at stake. I
am, of course. Like sure, it's 42 years I think since Galway last won a national league. So look, we're really looking forward to it. There's not many there's no league medals in our dressing room. So look, it's one that we could all do it. So we're going to be really going for it, and we're really excited. Look, it's probably it almost has a championship feel to it, like the way our last game against Kerry was as well. Like it was a serious pace to the game, and I think it'll be the same at the weekend. So look, can't wait.
Yeah, and that it was sweet to beat Kerry along the way, even though it doesn't atone for last year's final. It's still nice to get one over on them, surely.
Well, look, it was just another game for us, really. More than anything. I won't say much here. I have a Kerry man sitting beside me, but look, it was obviously nice to win the game, but we set out to win every game we played, and that's what we needed to do to get to the league final. So it was almost like a league semi, I suppose you could say, from our perspective, and they're there to be won. So yeah.
So Shane Walsh and David Clifford obviously dominated the final last year with their unbelievable performances. Both of them were relatively quiet, and understandably so, last week. But I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's more skillful, Shane Walsh or David Clifford?
I don't know, to be honest. That's a hard one. Like they're probably different players. They're hard to compare. Shane's brilliant at running with the ball, and then he can strike off both feet, but so can Clifford. So I don't know who I could say is more skillful, to be honest. I'll have to go myself on that one.
Yeah. Like if you had to choose one over the other, it's such an awkward question. Yeah, but I couldn't help it. Couldn't help it. So like this weekend, your dad, obviously a former Mayo player, is he going to be torn now on Sunday?
Oh no, definitely not. He'll have a maroon shirt on him. 100%.
Will he actually have the jersey on?
Well, he won't have the jersey on. I don't know if we fit him into a jersey anymore, but I'd say more like a maroon shirt, I suppose. Yeah, he'll get the maroon shirt on him. And to be fair to him, he has the last number of years since I've been playing with Galway. So I think he's a Galway man now.
That's really?
Yeah.
And do you like to remind him of it regularly enough?
No, like to be fair, sure, he'd say it himself. Sure, if I tried to slag him about it and say, like he'd just say, sure, I won't Galway to win. So there's not really much I can say to him about it.
And does he, like, so let's say a couple of years ago when Mayo had the few All-Irelands, 2021 against Tyrone, does he have you shouting for Mayo there? Because obviously he's going to have the Mayo jersey on for that.
He'd bring me to the games with him, of course, like, and he did all the way growing up. I wouldn't necessarily say he'd have me shouting for Mayo, but look, I'd go to the games with him, and definitely when Galway out of the championship, he'd be back to being a Mayo man again. Yeah.
Yeah. So who's the most skillful players in the game right now? We've probably already talked about them. So maybe most skillful player right now and of all time, in your opinion. So
most skillful player right now in the game. You probably have to look at Clifford and Shane Walsh as well, would have a good thing. And then I suppose you'd probably maybe say Brian Fenton as well, like, because you have to take into account his high fielding and then his ability to strike off both feet as well. It's very impressive on the run. So I'd say probably the three of them would be the most skillful. And then at what time, it'd have to be the Gooch.
Yeah?
Just like, yeah, it would have to be right foot, left foot, finishing, vision, movement, everything really. So it'd have to go with the Gooch.
Who's the toughest player to mark outside of Galway training? Because people normally say, oh, no, it's toughest in training now. But beyond that, who's the toughest?
Probably, I'd have to probably say Christy McKaig. I marked him last year in the All-Ireland semi-final. I didn't get too many kicks to the ball that day. Unfortunately, just like his ability to zone in on marking one man, I suppose more than anything, he has no interest in anything else, only you, really, I suppose you could say. So, like, he had no eyes on anywhere else. So he probably was the most difficult, I would say, that I marked last year.
Okay, I'll do a quick Q&A with you now. Who's the joker on the Galway panel?
The joker, Dylan McKeon.
Oh yeah, how come?
He's cute enough. Like you wouldn't know that he's the joker, but he'd be sly enough. Like just messing, hiding stuff from you, whatever. But yeah, he's good crack. He'd be the joker.
What's your favourite stadium to play in?
Probably Pure Stadium.
Okay. Who's the biggest influence in your career?
Probably my dad, yeah.
Team you most like to beat?
It's hard not to say Mayo there, really, isn't it?
Who's the most famous person that follows you online?
Oh Jesus. I honestly wouldn't know, to be honest. I suppose, like, I don't know what you call them famous, but like Damo and Shane have a big following on Instagram, so probably that's.
What do you remember of your first time ever being at Croke Park?
I don't remember much. All I remember was probably a Mayo game that my dad dragged me along to.
Who's the best trainer?
The best trainer, that's probably Johnny Heaney. I'd have to give it to him. Very good trainer. Okay,
best dressed and worst dressed.
The best dressed has to be Maddie Tierney. Unbelievable style. Crazy good. Yeah, he has this wife beater. It's a Dublin wife beater with a hood. It's amazing. And then the worst dressed, Killian McDaid, 100%.
What sort of stuff are we talking about?
He just wears a lot of dad clothes, Killian does. Yeah, loose jeans, trainers, maybe polo shirt with it. That's his type of fit.
What player loves the media attention?
Shane Walsh. I think you'd probably know that one already.
What player from another sport do you admire?
Oh, tough one. There's so many, really. I suppose I think I actually said this in an interview which already, and it probably hasn't changed much. Probably Luka Doncic.
You did say that a few years ago.
Yeah, he's just class. Just has everything, really. His vision as well is unbelievable.
Is he Nuggets or Mavericks, or which one is he?
He's Dallas, yeah, Dallas Mavericks.
Dallas Mavericks. And then maybe I asked you this one as well. The manager from another sport you admire?
Yeah, I think you did. I'm going to go with Ten Hag. I like Ten Hag now because I support United.
How did you feel about the 7-0 loss to Liverpool?
Yeah, that wasn't great. No, I won't lie.
What a note to end things on.
I wouldn't mind, but it actually was after we had a match against Monaghan in Pure Stadium. We went as a team for a meal or whatever, and they threw the United game on. There's a load of Liverpool supporters there as well, so they were in our ear big time. So that was a disaster.
It's a brilliant note to end on. Rob, great chatting to you again.